Okay, on part 52, we left off going into August the 10th, 2018 on the phone data reviews. So on August the 10th, 2018, Chris took the day off from work and Chanel for Arizona. At 6:20 a.m., missing from Chris's phone but found in Shanann's, she told Chris, "Good morning, honey. Sorry to make you wake up early twice today. I didn't want alarm going off. We are checked in and everything. It's already a madhouse here today. Enjoy the girls. Don't forget King Supers, 10 to 11. And see, it's assumed that what he was going to do at King Supers between 10 and 11 was probably to pick up the inhaler, the nebulizer things, because they were out and they were needed to be refilled. King Supers is a grocery store, but they also have a pharmacy inside. So that's what it is assumed, that she was reminding him, don't forget to get Celeste's prescription filled. I told Bella I was leaving for work with Nikki and assured her that I was always coming home. See, that's kind of sad. Why would she have to assure Bella that she would be coming back home? It's like Bella had some sort of sixth sense, or something. Was it a sixth sense, or had she maybe overheard something? I don't know. But there was something that Bella was worried about with her mom. Like, she wouldn't leave her side and she didn't want her to go to work. And as you see here, Shanann actually had to assure her that she would always come back home. It's just, Bella knew something wasn't right. It's so sad. She goes on to say they usually don't eat right away lately. Give them lots of kisses for me. Thank you for everything last night. I miss and love you so much. I'm still in shock we're having a little boy. I'm so excited and happy. I really thought it was another girl. Thank you for letting me hold you this morning." That's sad. She's like thanking him for allowing her to hold him. Like, it's just, reading these kinds of things makes you wonder and think, hey, there was really something going on behind those closed doors, more so than just the recent problems, in my opinion. I mean, thank you for letting me hold you. That's just so sad to me. It felt good. Your letter is on the counter. Have a great time with the kiddos. They truly missed you. Love you, baby. Send me pictures. 6:43 a.m. Shanann, I don't know why I feel really weak standing. I'm drinking a Gatorade and had a biscuit. Getting ready to take off. What time the kids wake up? Chris speculated her weakness was from a lack of sleep. Chris told her that Bella just woke up and Celeste was still asleep. 7 a.m. Shanann received a calendar alert regarding her flight. 7:51 a.m. Jeremy Lindstrom, apparently knowing the Watts were having a boy, congratulated Chris. Little man is a lucky boy. Chris thanked Jeremy and asked what time the birthday party was on Saturday, August the 12th, 2018. And Jeremy said 1 p.m. Okay, there's actually two different interviews that was done with Jeremy Lindstrom and his wife. The first interview being done when Shanann and the girls were still considered missing, being done on August the 14th. It's a very controversial interview. You know, it was done at their house. The detectives went to their home to do the interview. Their kids were present. You can hear the children in the background. It is kind of distracting, but that is just the way it was. Their daughter also was interviewed at this time. She is the one that babysat the girls when Chris had his date on August the 11th with Nicole. And there's another interview that has been done within the last year. I think it was on the 1 year or maybe 2 year anniversary of this. And I actually have it on my channel as well. It was actually done with Truth Talk Media, and they had given me permission to actually put the interview on, you know, our channel here, and we could have a live and have an open discussion about it. So both interviews are pretty interesting. You know, Jeremy, a lot of people's not real fond of the way he speaks, he talks, he answers things. He's a very straightforward kind of guy. That's the only thing I know to say. But I will put both of those interviews as well as their daughters at the end of this video. I will link them at the end. Their daughter, as I say, was the babysitter for August and interview with her. But she, you know, tell exactly what she's seen and what she thought and all that. And it is pretty much a fact that the Lindstrom family is the last ones that actually did see Bella and Celeste before this happened to them, both with the babysitting as well as the birthday party. Okay, 8:03 a.m. Not found in Chris's phone. Shanann and Chris exchanged happy anniversary messages. So see, they were both talking to each other about it being their anniversary. They were both telling each other happy anniversary, and sending messages back and forth. But Chris deleted his. Why? But Shanann didn't delete hers. So they did find them. The thing is, Chris was deleting all of these messages that him and Shanann had back and forth. Pretty much. There's a select few that was there, but they were mostly when he was ignoring her and she was saying, "You're ignoring me," and things like that. But when he was actually talking back or saying anything at all nice to her about anything, or even about making their marriage work or any of the sort, he would delete that. Why? He did not want somebody to see them, obviously. 8:44 a.m. Shanann told Chris that she just landed in Arizona. 9:24 a.m. Chris asked Jeremy, "Do you think McKenna is available to watch the girls for a few hours tomorrow night? I want a raffle at work for a Rockies game. It's with people I don't know from work, but I haven't been to a game in a while where the kids aren't involved and only last an inning, LOL." Okay, McKenna is their daughter, like I was just talking about. And she's Jeremy's daughter, Jeremy and Jennifer, and she did babysit them. And as you see, at about 15 minutes until 9 a.m., Shanann let him know that she had just landed. She was in Arizona. 9:24. He is making plans already to go on this date with Nicole and get a babysitter. Jeremy replied, "Of course," and he asked which house, and Chris said, "I would say my house because the girls would fall asleep easier and all. It would be watching the monitor." When asked what time, Chris said 5:30 p.m. The game starts at 6:15. So he had already done his homework, knew what time the game was going to start, knew everything about that. So this was definitely a plan. It just wasn't something out of the blue. He's like, hey, maybe no. No, this was actually a plan that was set up, in my opinion, probably before Shanann left, because this is awful early in the morning and quickly after Shanann told him that she had landed in Arizona. 11:57 hours. Shanann sent Chris a web address for a realtor. homesnap.com/Ann Meadows. 3 minutes later, Chris went to that website. 13:34 hours. Chris asked McCoy what time he wanted to meet for that fire stick. By 15:05 hours, Chris told McCoy he had arrived at their location. 13:42 hours. Shanann received confirmation from Amazon that the book she ordered was delivered. Minutes later, she suggested that Chris check the mail. For her part, Shanann was upbeat and optimistic this day for the first time in weeks. This is evidenced in her conversations with others via messages. In the weeks preceding, Shanann was heartbroken, confused, and emotionally distraught. At present, however, Shanann felt they had turned a corner, that Watts was finally communicating with her and was willing to work towards fixing whatever was wrong. Shanann shared this news with many, and her friends sent happy and supportive responses. As for Chris, the book and the Amazon shipping box it arrived in was found in the garbage trash can during the search of the home. At 13:50 hours, and that's 1:50 p.m., Ronnie asked if Watts deleted his Facebook account. And yes, sir, liberated myself. 14:33 hours, 2:33 p.m. Ronnie asked Chris, if she's gone, you think we could FaceTime with the girls tonight? Or do you think that's a good idea? I don't want to get anything started. Chris replied that he feared Bella would tell Shanann. Ronnie responded, that's what I'm afraid of. If she finds out, she would probably have a fit. Don't want to make things worse. Agreed. Now this particular message between Ronnie and Chris is one of the things amongst a select few that does make it appear that if this was premeditated, then there would have been no reason for him to deny his dad to have a FaceTime talk with the girls. Because then Bella, it wouldn't even matter if Bella told Shanann, right? Why would he even worry? Either one of them, if Bella were to tell Shanann, if this was premeditated. Now, don't get me wrong, there's so much that definitely does look like premeditation, by far. Not even counting Chris himself saying that he had thought about it or planned it or whatever weeks in advance. Not even that. It's just the facts and the evidence. So much of it leans towards premeditation. However, at 2:33 p.m. on August the 10th, this is Friday, 2:33 p.m. Friday, Ronnie asked to FaceTime with the girls tonight. So that would be Friday night. Not Saturday night when he was out with Nicole. Not Sunday night when they were home after the birthday party. No. This was Friday night. And Chris denied doing so because Bella may tell Shanann. And Ronnie was afraid that Shanann would not be happy and it would make things worse. It's agreed. So why would he deny his dad talking to the girls Friday night? He didn't go out with Nicole till Saturday, right? So what was up with Friday night? Was somebody there? Was somebody with Chris and the girls? Keep in mind now, this is hours after the doll photo. So was somebody actually there and he didn't want his dad to see her? Or, I mean, what is your honest opinion there? Why he would deny his dad on a Friday night a FaceTime the girls? If it was premeditated, then he wouldn't give a damn what Bella told her mom, right? Because Bella would never have the opportunity to tell her mom a damn thing again. Because it was already said that Shanann didn't FaceTime with the girls or talk with them or anything like that when she was away. Because it made them very unhappy. And they, when are you coming home, Mommy? I want you home, and all this and that kind of thing, I'm sure. And they would get very sad and start crying, and Chris couldn't deal with them or whatever. I don't know. But it was a thing with them. They didn't FaceTime their mom when she was gone. So Bella couldn't have told her before she got home. So why would Chris have given a damn about that if it was premeditated? See, I don't think that's why Chris didn't let his dad FaceTime him. I don't think so. Because, I personally think, yeah, it was premeditated. I absolutely do. However, I think the reason he wouldn't let him talk to his dad is for the simple fact there was somebody else there. I feel certain that the girls did meet Nicole. Absolutely. I even think she spent the night at their house Friday night. I think she was still at their house when they went to the birthday party Saturday. I think she probably hung around there. Possibly. Maybe left and came back. But there was some reason why he denied his dad this FaceTime call with the girls Friday night. Absolutely. 18:08 hours, 6:08 p.m. Shanann asked Johnson if he was still planning to stop by her home and repair the air conditioning. Johnson said he hopes to and will coordinate with Watts. Shanann and Watts then exchanged messages regarding this expected repair. So, obviously, their air conditioning was not working properly or not working at all. It's an odd thing that no one mentioned that. Even the babysitter that had stayed there, she mentioned nothing about the air conditioning not working, about it being hot in there, especially when you're in such a financial crunch, right? A really financial crunch. So, air conditioning repair, even to get someone to come out and look at it, it's going to cost you for the service, the home service, the visit. Even if they don't repair it, you still have to pay for or here you do, you have to pay for them to come out and look at it and tell you what's the matter. And, it's not like a free estimate kind of thing, or it isn't here. Maybe it is there, I don't know. But either way, when you're in a financial crunch, obviously there's a problem, or you wouldn't be calling repairmen to come out. My point being, August is the hottest month of the summer. Here it is, I know. So, it was concerning to her about the air conditioning, correct? She knew she wanted to get it fixed. No one has said a damn thing about their air conditioning not working properly. Now, you would think the babysitter would have said something like, yeah, well, he told me that, the air conditioning's not working right, and so if it gets hot in here, blah, 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 whatever. No, she never mentioned that. She never said it was hot in there. Okay, even after the fact, August the 13th, when Nicole was there, when all the people was there, nobody there even said, it's warm in here. Jesus, it's hot in here. It's not in any of the reports. Nothing said nothing about it. Chris didn't call any repairman. If he did, it's definitely not in his, phone logs of calling any sort of repairman. So the thing of it is did he do something intentionally to the air conditioning while she was there? Because Chris is a master mechanic, right? So he could tweak with some things and her not know what's up, so it just makes you wonder. It's little things like that that's like, they do stand out. Nobody's ever said anything was wrong with the air conditioning except Shanann. Think on that. And so obviously Shanann had actually reached out to Matt Johnson before she left about repairing the air conditioning, or at some point before 6:08 p.m. because she did call him back, and she actually called him. There's the number. Of course, it is redacted, but there was the number, and she called him to see if he was still planning to go by and repair the air conditioning. He said he hopes to and will coordinate with Chris. And then her and Chris, text back and forth about this. So obviously he got with Chris about it, and Chris must have said, no, it's good now, or something to that effect, because it never happened. 7:08 p.m., 1 hour later. Chris searched the internet for shows at the Comedy Works. 20:07, 8:07 p.m. Chris searched Google for Blue Agave Grill, both in Denver and North Colorado. 20:21 hours. Shanann called Chris and held a 10-minute conversation. So Chris was, to me, it looks like he was trying to plan his date night. Looking at going to the Comedy Works and going to this grill in Denver and North Colorado. That was what was on his mind, no kind of air conditioning repair. 21:34 hours. Shanann searched the internet via Groupon for deals on hotels in Aspen. She sent Chris the link, and minutes later, Chris visited the same website featuring hotels in Snowmass Village and Aspen. 21:53 hours. She asked Chris, if you're up to it, can you put Bella's seat back in the Lexus? She's been begging for it, and he will knock it out. So as you'll remember, in the actual home search in the basement, there was actually the car seats inside her Lexus, as well as the car seats on the outside of the Lexus. And when he met Troy McCoy with the fire stick, Troy said that the girls were in the back seat in their car seats. 22:57 hours. Chris transferred a video thanking him for their trip to the Great Sand Dunes into his secret calculator app. Why did he wait until August the 10th to transfer that video to the secret calculator app? Do you mean to tell me that he just had it floating around on his phone, not even worried about Shanann seeing it at all, even though he was putting all the nudes over there 100 miles an hour? He didn't even worry about that video at all, not a bit. Just left it there on his phone for her to possibly see. That's weird. Why wouldn't he have put that on there before he went to North Carolina. Did he want Shanann to see it? Very weird, but it was there. Now, Shanann did say that she did not look at his phone, even though her friends told her she should. She needs to just get his phone and look at it. He was making extra special precautions to transfer all of the nudes, all of the photos, even take Nicole's safety, however he had it in his phone, I can't remember, safety environment or whatever, the contact out of his phone before he got on his flight to go to North Carolina. See, so he got rid of everything in his phone about Nicole and all the nudes she was sending him while he was in North Carolina. He was quickly putting over into his app. So why would he leave just that video on the phone without trying to hide it over into the app as well? He didn't. He did not do that. That video was on that phone the whole time he was in. Had Shanann ever picked his up and just went ahead and did what her friends, Addie, I believe it was, telling her to do, look at his phone, just look through it, she would have seen that. Why did he leave it there? So weird. 23:10 hours. Chris's phone connected with the home wireless network. Now just look at how much happened on Friday. He done a lot. This is the day that Shanann went to Arizona, right? And on this day, look how much he did. He met Troy. He done all of these searches for his date night. He set the babysitter up. He turned his dad down, FaceTiming the kids. Shanann was concerned about the air conditioner fixed. He finally transferred this video of the Great Sand Dunes to the secret app. He was visiting sites with Shanann. So much he did the day she left. And he ended the day at 3:10 hours, which is 11:10 p.m., connecting back to his home's wireless router. So where had he been all day? Where had he been? Because looking at this, it appears that he wasn't home until 11:10 p.m. that night. Now, the girls were with him that Friday. He even took that day off of work. He's not the one that took Shanann to the airport. Nicole is. Very busy that day. So, what I said earlier about maybe Nicole was at his house is why he couldn't tell his dad now, I kind of don't believe that. I kind of believe that he had the girls somewhere else. They were at somebody else's house. That's why possibly that he didn't think it was a great idea for Ronnie to FaceTime the girls and use the excuse that Bella may tell Shanann. I don't even think he was at home. 11:10 p.m. his phone connects to their network. So he met Troy. I think he went back home until 11:10 p.m. Personally, where was he at? Who knows, right? I got my suspicions, but yeah. And so why did he wait to put the Great Sand Dunes video over in the secret calculator app? My opinion is this. Was that video actually taken with Chris's phone? And if it was, did he see the video? Or was it taken and maybe sent to her phone? Or was it taken with her phone, period? And she sent it to him. My find it odd that he would have left that video on his phone, going to North Carolina, the whole time he was there, the whole time they got back home, which granted, it was only a couple of days before she left again, but still, why would he take that chance when he was deleting everything, hiding everything else? Why leave that there? I don't think it was there. I think she sent that to him after Shanann left, possibly. Because it just doesn't make sense any other way. And 11:10 p.m. he got back. Right before he got back home, 57 p.m. That is when he put that video in the secret calculator app. And then at 11:10, roughly 13 minutes later, is when he got back home. August the 11th, 2018, 7:02 a.m. Shanann sent a message to Chris. "Good morning, baby. Are the girls up?" Chris replied, "Good morning. They're watching cartoons in bed." Shanann described the thunderstorm in Arizona. Minutes later, Shanann asked Chris, "Do you want the NFL package for the fall?" She next searched DirecTV for information about the sports package. Watts replied he wanted to see if the Fire Stick, which is a streaming flash drive, can save them from spending the money, and Shanann's "Okay, baby." So, that said, Shanann knew about Troy fixing the Fire Stick, and she was all about it. Now, I personally think Troy was just going to jailbreak it. That's truly what I believe. You know, with the Fire Stick, there's certain things, and you can pay a certain amount, and you can get all the ESPN and all that kind of stuff, you know. But if you jailbreak it, I think it's just there, and you just don't have to pay for it. So, I think that was Troy's whole Fire Stick. Because since then, I found out, and know for a fact, I can't say for a fact, but I know almost for a fact, that Troy is pretty computer savvy. He is an avid gamer, and so yeah, he's no stranger to, you know, kind of computer stuff, you know, things like that. So I really think that's what Troy was going to do, is probably jailbreak that Fire Stick. Now, depending on what he was going to do, jailbreaking a Fire Stick is illegal. It's theft of services, right? But, and I'm not saying that's what he was going to do. So don't get me wrong, I'm not accusing anything. But if the possibility was that that's what he was going to try to do, maybe that's why he was so stuck up and quick to help and this kind of thing and that kind of thing when it came to the investigation and him being interviewed, you know, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, moving on off of that. 6:58 a.m. Jeremy asked Chris if he would rather go with me to the Broncos. Chris lied and said he would like to, but since it's related to my job, they will ask questions if I don't go. 9:45 a.m. Although not found in Chris's phone, Shanann asked him, "Have you talked to Bella about if we have a boy?" Chris said, "Not yet. She said when the baby comes out, she will pretend it's a girl." Shanann indicated she was laughing and said, "Oh my God, I love her." 11:18 a.m. Chris searched Google for trails and hot springs near Aspen. So see, it sounds like he has some sort of plan on hiking trails and Hot Springs near Aspen. I don't know. 12:30 p.m. Chris told Shanann, Jen, McKenna, and Kylie coming to watch the girls for a few hours while I go to that Rockies game. Jen, which would be Jennifer, McKenna, and Kylie are coming to watch the girls for a few hours. Okay, he told her that McKenna, her mom, and Kylie all going over there to watch the girls. Shanann asked him to ensure they don't feed Celeste anything that she can't eat. She also asked Chris, will you lock my office? And Chris replied, definitely. Okay, so she knew all these people were coming to their house. All three of these people, and they were going to be watching the girls while he went. But she wanted her office locked. Why? You know, I'm sure she didn't think they were going to go in there and possibly take things from her, right? I wouldn't think that. They're all good friends. But maybe it's because the office was in a disarray. You know, it was just, and we've seen that. And many people think that it got so strong and messed up during their search. I don't know, because during the home search and the body cam footage, like, it was immediately messed up, you know. When they walked in, it looked that way. So maybe it was just in a pretty big disarray, and it just didn't want them seeing it like that. You know what I mean? I mean, that's possible of why she wanted that door locked. You know, in case they just happened to open it and peek inside. Just didn't want them to see all the clutter, you know, whatever. Don't know, but she did want the door locked to her office for some reason. 13:49 hours, 1:49 p.m. Chris searched Google Toyota dealerships nearby. And of course, we all know who owns Toyota. NK owns a Toyota 4Runner, or did. Well aware of that. The thing is, Toyota dealerships nearby. So why would he do that? I mean, was they looking to trade it in? Were they looking to trade it in on a different one? A newer model? A different color? A different what? Because later on, he was looking to touch up paint. Right? All of that leads me to believe that she was planning to trade hers in and possibly get another one, maybe a little newer, maybe not, or maybe just sell it to the Toyota dealership. Because what was his ordeal with looking up the Toyota dealerships nearby? And why would he want to look them up nearby? I mean, it looks like that's something that she would need to look up nearby her, because they, you know, they don't live in the same in Frederick, and she's up here in, what is it? God, I can't, Fort Lupton, whatever it is, Greeley, I don't know. But she's away from him anyway. So, wouldn't they need it nearby her? Or is her vehicle where he's at? Like in the garage, or down the road, or something. And what's the deal with the Toyota dealership? 9:30 a.m. In anticipation of her evening with Chris, Kessinger spent 45 minutes searching Google on topics like how to prepare for anal sex and the anal sex guide. This progress to searches at Pornhub for interracial videos and threesomes with double penetration. This was by no means the only time she sought out pornographic videos on the internet. So that was specified. So they didn't find just like 3 or 4 searches or whatever, or pop up or whatever, No. This was by no means. So in other words, I take that as they found numerous videos that she looked for of corn. So it sounds like she was definitely addicted to corn, as well as she was planning some sort of special, super special night, if that's what you want to call it. Maybe giving Chris his ultimate fantasy. Or maybe it was her ultimate fantasy. Who knows? But at any rate, it was absolutely something so excited about. Threesomes with double penetration. Right? Yeah. 16:02 hours. Shanann asked what time Chris was leaving for the game, and he replied between 16:30 and 1700 hours. So 4:30 and 5 p.m. 16:34 hours, 4:34 p.m. Chris called a local Papa John's pizza store. 17:59 hours. 5:59 p.m. Shanann asked McKenna, "Hey love, this is Shanann. How are the girls?" McKenna replied, "We're doing great." Cece ate 3 slices of pizza. Shanann thanked McKenna for watching the girls and asked if she needs anything, just ask. In contrast, Chris never checked in with McKenna to see how the girls were doing or whether McKenna needed anything. 18:33 hours. Chris searched Google for Lazy Dog on 120th Avenue. So, he said when he left that evening, he went, of course, straight to Nicole's. And when they got there, they did their thing. That then is when they went to eat. They say that Nicole said they went to 2 different Lazy Dogs because she didn't like what was on one of the menus, which is odd and ridiculous because she obviously knew what was on the menu at the first Lazy Dog because her and her dad frequented there and ate there quite often. It's actually close to her dad's home. But she claimed that she looked at the menu and didn't want it, didn't like that food, so she had to go to the other Lazy Dog. Well, 6:33, Chris is Googling the other Lazy Dog. Maybe why? You think he's maybe looking at what's on the menu there? Or what? 1900 hours. Chris searched Google for restaurants near 120th Avenue, to include Rusty Bucket. So, 7 p.m., he's looking for restaurants on 120th Avenue. Even Rusty Bucket, right? So, he's just wanting to look at which restaurants are on 120th Avenue. So, he's very interested in 120th Avenue for whatever reasons. Why was he so adamant about 120th Avenue? So, I don't know. We're not going to eat at this Lazy Dog because I don't like the menu. Well, where do you want to eat? Well, we need to go to 120th Avenue. Well, okay. What restaurants are on 120th? I can't remember. We need to Google it. That's ridiculous. That's odd to me. Do you think it's odd? I mean, if they knew they wanted to eat at another Lazy Dog, then why just Google after the fact of already Googling the other Lazy Dog? Why 20-something or 30 minutes later, you want to just go ahead and Google what all restaurants is over there? It's ridiculous. 19:20 hours. Shanann asked McKenna if the girls went to bed yet, and McKenna replied they are still awake. They're just watching TV, and they said they don't want to go to bed yet. Shanann advised I'd put them to bed by 8. Chris showed you what to do. Make sure they go potty before they go to bed, and Celeste gets a diaper. McKenna assured her that this would all occur. 21:12 hours. Shanann searched Google for the score of the Rockies game, as well as what time Rockies game gets over. So think of her doing those kind of searches. It leads me to believe that she was already leery of his story. Like, yeah, she was kind of leery of the whole thing. Trying to keep track of the score as well as know what time it was over with. 2200 hours. Chris told Jeremy that he would be home in 20 minutes. That's at 10 p.m. 10:04 p.m. Having concluded her evening with Watts, Cassinger searched the internet on topics like Chris, Shanann, Ronnie Watts, and 2825 Saratoga Trail. 4 minutes after Chris left her house and they had their night that she prepared for, she immediately, it's almost like a fatal attraction. It's almost like, it's just creepy to think about it. 4 minutes. It's like, what did she do? Did she out the window and make sure he was gone? And then run back in there. And she starts Googling Chris, Shanann, and Ronnie Watts. And Saratoga Trail. The home. Now, why would she be Googling the home? Would she want to be going on Zillow and, looking at the specs on the home? She had some sort of interest in this home, or she wouldn't do that, right? I mean, you're not going to Google a home and an address if you don't have some sort of question behind your reason. And another thing, when they asked her, did you know how to get to Chris's house? Yeah, I've been there once, twice. Well, do you know the address there? No, I don't. She did. Hell yes, she did. Right there, she Googled their complete address. So yes, she knew the address. But she played dumb. She played amnesia. I don't know the address. I could probably get there. It might take me a few turns, but I could get there. But no, I don't think of I don't know the address. I don't know the street name. That's a damn lie. Proves it. Was there any follow-up done with her about things like this? Nope. I'm sure wasn't. So, 22:15 hours. Shanann called Chris and held a 3-minute conversation. 22:19 hours. Shanann searched Google and the internet for the Lazy Dog menu. Lazy Dog restaurant and bar. Find a location. How she came to learn so quickly of what his dinner expense is not reflected in the phone, but I suspect an alert from their bank or credit company. So, Chris is on his way home. Nicole is searching the internet for Chris, Shanann, and Ronnie and their home. Shanann is also searching the menu at Lazy Dog. All this is happening right about the same time. 22:28 hours. Chris called Shanann and held a 3-minute conversation. Immediately afterwards, She sent Chris a message. Oh, save your receipt so we can write it off. Okay, that ends August the 11th, 2018, and that is where I am going to end part 53. When we come back with part 54, we will be going into the phone data review starting on August the 12th. Thank you so much for listening. I would truly appreciate a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. And until next time, this is Unjustified.